So let's get started. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you Teams a little bit. I'll show you the basics, but then we'll focus on the homework feature. Okay. When you go to Teams, you have your chat and you have your Teams. The difference between chat and Teams is chat is much more like WhatsApp. It automatically notifies you. It does. You can actually video chat through the chat, but the Teams has much more features like a classroom, or like a shared workspace type of thing. You should have Teams already for all your classes, as long as you activated them. Okay, the faculty all, if you've been participating, that's an example of a Teams. And theoretically, everything I'm going to show, actually, it's a little bit of a different Teams, because the staff team, so there's no assignment feature in faculty all, because it's a staff team, but it has files, posts, the ability to share all these different items on the bottom, a staff notebook, which is basically the OneNote shared notebook. But here you go, and here's a class Teams of mine. I haven't done much with it. I've been using much more Haiku, and Flipgrid has been kind of my LMS because we share video in my class. So Flipgrid's awesome for that. But I've now started posting on Teams. Now, one thing to know, and I've mentioned this, but I'm just going to show it right now. By default, Teams only notify you if you have subscribed to that channel. Teams works in what's called channels. There's a general channel, then you can make others. So for example, in our faculty all teams, we made a channel for each department, and then an individual can subscribe to one channel and have a conversation independent of the main channel. For your classes, you can do that, or you could just start with your general channel. If you want to make sure that your class gets notified about something you're posting, you just click an @ sign, you start typing, and your class name is only the people in your class or the class name is going to appear. But I would recommend to kind of, for a lot of things, just to mention them. Okay, now let's go to the feature that we're all going to learn together right now, which Hendel Rosenfeld has been our beta tester. Now, there are a lot of features here. I'm just going to go through very quickly. First of all, you can upload class materials up here, things you have all the time. You can upload files over here. There's a shared class notebook, so anyone who has ever wanted to play around with OneNote shared notebook but didn't want to bother with adding everybody to the notebook, this will happen automatically. It might take time, so I'm not going to wait right now for it to start up. Now, the one thing about, and you could just click set up notebook. I'm not going to do that now, and it'll set up the shared notebook. The one thing about the files to realize is, since it's Microsoft, these are all going to be Word files, PowerPoint, Excel. You can share other files, obviously, but a Google Doc, like a picture or something, but a Google Doc, the way to share it would probably be to copy the link. Probably would be not in files. It would probably just be in a post to share a link to the file right over here.
What about a PDF?
A PDF, certainly you could do as a file. Now, the most important thing for us to see is the assignments workflow, which is kind of really, really nice. First thing I would do is click create. Okay, and I'm going to get, let's see if I can get my pen out. So you have two options. You have an assignment option and a quiz option. If you open quiz, it's actually going to use Microsoft Forms, which is kind of like Google Forms, to create a quiz that you can assign to your kids. It's really easy and quick. I'm not going to do that in this demonstration, but you can definitely play around with that. I'm going to focus on assignment. So you give the assignment a title. So my title is to submit your quarantine. Yes, we are making quarantine videos to the class. It's either a vlog, so submit this additional media class, vlog about quarantine, or the kids who didn't want to be depressing. I said, what else can you do when you're at home and you have lots of toys around? Or your stop motion video. There you go. You can assign it points. Obviously, you'd have to figure out the rubric part, but I'm just showing you right now. You can give it a due date. Then there's something, so here's your due date you want to give it. So I'm going to give it a due date of It's probably going to be due by next week. Maybe, let me do Thursday next week. We've been working on it, but they're not there yet. I guess I don't know if I'll assign it any points for now. You can give it out to all students. You can choose students, which is kind of already you can't do that in Haiku. You can assign it to your class. You can add a rubric. And not only can you add a rubric, you can upload a CSV file that's a rubric, or you could create a rubric right on the spot.
What's a CSV file?
CSV file is called comma separated values. Basically, it's an Excel file, and then you save it in the most limited format, which if you do a file save as an Excel, it's called CSV, or you can just create our project rubric, okay, and you can make a rubric right here. It's kind of really nice. So you don't need to create the rubric in advance. Once you have a rubric, you can add, and obviously you can add more lines, more descriptors. You can make it, I believe, points-based. You can make it not qualitative-based, points-based, or not points-based, depending, a description. I'm not going to do that now. Are you sure you want to exit the rubric? Yes, I am sure. So you can put the assignment in. Assignment will post immediately with late turn-ins allowed. And this is also, you're going to wonder why I didn't show you this and why we're using Haiku. How many of you have asked if you can make an assignment and assign it to only appear in 2 days from now? Mm-hmm. You can do that right here. So I can post this for them on Monday at 9 a.m. And then it's going to be due Thursday. And then I can make a close date where they can't hand it in after a certain time. So maybe it's due Thursday, but I'm going to give them a 2-day grace period to the next week. And then I'm going to click done. So I'm giving them assignment. They're not even going to see the assignment until Monday morning.
Do they get an alert when the assignment posts?
I believe so.
Okay.
You can add resources. So this would obviously be your resources for your assignment. Once again, it's going to be either stuff from your OneDrive. It could be a link. So the best way probably to post a Google Doc would be to add a web link. So for example, I'm going to go to my drive. I wouldn't do this with my kids, but there's nothing really to hide here. And I had a how-to. I think I have a how-to on that. I think I made a PowerPoint on that. So I could search for that. And I'm going to show you, this is kind of the process, because for Google Drive, what you'd probably want to do is you'd probably want to make it into a link. So you go to share on your Google Doc, and you can make it a link that anyone can view. This happened to be something that I even gave as professional development. So I think even people outside Fish can view. So then that's a good workaround for your Google Docs. If you want to post a Google Doc, you can just do as a link, stop motion video how to. And obviously you can also attach files. I'm attaching that. I can attach something else. And you can obviously attach files from your computer as well. So you could search your computer, you could search your desktop, you can search everywhere you want to find files to post. So I posted the file, I'm done. And now I'm going to click schedule. Okay. And then you can grade them afterwards.
All right.
Oh, good. You get a button turn in. That's pretty easy.
So I click
Add work. And that's you can either go from your OneDrive or you can upload from your computer. So this is, or you can post a link to your Google Doc. In other words, it's not as user, if a kid's posted from, if they're used to posting from their Google Drive, this is not going to be, as user-friendly for Google Drive, obviously. But they could as a link.
I'm just going to post something from OneDrive.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I'll click on this.
Okay. There you go.
Turn in up
And
here.
now you click turn in. Good. Excellent. So that's pretty obvious and user-friendly.
What is that?
I guess they have some bizarre, they're a little whimsical. So
I did it from my phone because that's what my kids would be doing, and it was very easy.
But from the phone, it's
My
very easy.
kids are not doing, when their homework is their handwritten work, they have to take a picture of it and post it. So I just did that. Just
So the
this,
math workflow is really easy.
that was great. That's what my kids will be doing.
The writing papers workflow will require them either to share a link from their Google Drive or download it as a Word doc. So now let's turn off your sharing and let's see what I see. Okay, so now I could actually grade it. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to go to this assignment. But basically, oh, there you go. Not so bad. And look at this. This is really nice. Turned in.
Photo of me that I don't.
This is so much more obvious than haiku, by the way.
What does it mean viewed? Why does mine say viewed?
It means you saw it. I don't think it's.
You saw it?
Might still be processing it. It might be that you didn't turn anything in. Let's click on viewed first of all.
I did turn it in.
Oh,
Yeah.
there is. Okay. And you can give feedback.
Now, can you rotate it? Because that would be annoying.
Yeah.
You could download it. You can download it. That's
Mhm.
that, or you could move your computer screen. But great work. Now, obviously, if I had points connected to this, or I had a rubric connected to this, I could do a lot more than just say great work. Okay. But right now, and now I can go down. Oh, that's awesome. So I can go to each kid. Whoa. Wow.
That's math, yes.
That's crazy. Okay. I can go down to each kid. So the grading process is actually really user-friendly. If it is a PowerPoint, then it'll show the slides directly in the presentation, I believe.
That's awesome.
I think so. Let me see how that works. Oh yeah, I'm just clicking. Wow. That is so cool.
Nice.
Okay. And you're probably getting notifications while I grade. So that's the workflow. Obviously, you can play around with rubrics. You can play around with actually applying points and then giving grades. There's a great button here, which I know a lot of people are always interested in. I just noticed a button, especially if if I go to graded again, assignments, assigned. You see that button, export to Excel?
How does that work? Let's see.
I don't know, but that a lot of people have said, I like these things, but I have my own grade book in Excel. So I'm really curious. So I have
Haiku
to go
does
to
not
my,
work well with Excel. So
what?
Haiku does not
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. So obviously this isn't going to say much because I didn't make grades. I bet you if I had actual points, there would be points going right over here on the assignment. And
It's funny.
it tells you the name of the assignment. What's interesting, it has the name of the assignment. It would probably give you the points right over here. The one thing it's missing is the date is not on this, which is interesting.
Huh.
But besides that, it's kind of nice. So if you want to try out this assignment feature, especially right now, the haiku is just
But put the
not.
date in the name of the assignment, and then you'll have it.
Yeah. It tells you how many people turned it in.
That is very cool.
It tells you a lot of stuff. How many graded, how many not graded. It's really user friendly.